good evening, everybody, as this nice, relaxing music plays out to all comers out there. Welcome to the Thumb Culture Calming Hour, where we talk all things gaming and all things in between. So, come on in. But anyway, guys, how you doing? Welcome to TC Talks. We are the Thumb Culture team. I just thought I'd go with the ambience of the soundtrack that is playing. And obviously, as you can see, we're joined by the three beards. Well, 2.5, let's say. As always, I'm joined on my right, that way, by my separated at birth twin.
Hang on. We'll do it again.
Actually, what we should do.
Who's who.
What we should
It's
do.
like those bits in films where you're like, which one's the real stew?
Yeah, I've actually misplaced my glasses.
Oh, no.
This doesn't bode well for my life. So I've got them.
Oh,
I don't actually need them.
On hand.
You take yours off, Stu. Watch this transformation.
Okay,
Ready?
You've swapped sides on the stream now.
Welcome
I know.
to the TC
T-shirts as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so welcome in. Stu Pot, how are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you very much. New
Yeah,
year,
good.
new stuff. Same job. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
How
New
you
start.
doing?
Same job.
Same
Same
deal.
job.
Yeah. And then obviously down below, I was going to find something to drop down to you. Jay, catch.
Wait, what are you dropping? Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
It's lost now.
Got the finger.
Yeah.
It's lost.
We'll try again next week. Better luck next time. I'll try and find something that's a bit more like, I don't know, that we've both got. That could be the best thing. I mean, I went for the first thing. I went for my Becketide. I mean, we could try that, couldn't we? We could try that. Let me unplug it. Are you ready?
You pass me it gently this time. Don't drop it.
Oh, okay. I'll pass you it gently.
Just lob it to him.
Yeah.
Like a boomerang.
Oh,
So it come
there we go.
back.
Yeah. I mean, we were reversed there, but that's fine. Sorry for everybody listening to this on Spotify. That was just a little segment that we like to call Deathly Silence for you. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm not so bad. New year, same job. No, I'm actually slightly in a new job, so slightly.
I was going to say you're a new year, new job.
Yeah, new job with
So
no team.
you can be the new year, new me person.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm that.
Yeah, you're that one. Okay. And down in the other corner, we're not joined by Jace. We're not joined by Dan. We're not joined by Aaron this week. Instead, we've got Martin joining us. Martin, welcome.
Hello, guys.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
He's kind of
Not bad at all.
down there.
Down here.
Down there.
Down here.
Yeah.
The one with the weird camera.
Yeah, with Colonel Sanders in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, if I go like this, does it disappear?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's almost like it's down below you.
I quite like the look because it's like you've watermarked your face with your face.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
on my screen, not on the pod, you're absolutely fine on me. Maybe because we got the Logitech.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
both
with the sim
like-
drivers,
Yeah.
maybe they work.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
But-
both screwed over, so you look both fine. In fairness, though, Stu, you're colourblind, so
Yeah, so it's probably the same.
Very true.
I mean, in fairness, it is red though, but you can see red, as we found out the other day when Arsenal were playing Arsenal or Liverpool were playing Liverpool.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a
Except
black
for
kit. It
one
was a
team
black
had
kit.
white socks. I just didn't know who had it.
Anyway, right.
Crazy.
Anyway, let's do this. Let's do our one good, one bad. Okay, so we're gonna go same order. So get your thinking caps on. Jay is looking around to see what was good in his house.
Panic.
Yeah, panic. What have I done? What have I done? Come on then, Stu. One good, one bad.
My good
And try
one.
not to mention
Go on.
any technology.
Oh my god. I went outside.
Is that good or bad?
It
Or
was
both?
only I went on my bike.
So bad.
So maybe bad. Maybe bad.
Yeah.
That's knackered out.
Maybe he's answered both of your questions.
Yeah, I went outside on my bike.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing for me to get outside because, why would you want to go outside, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of good. I guess fresh air, I could just open the window.
You could have. That would have been the easier option for you.
Easy option. And there's trees right there, so it'd be fresh.
Oh,
So-
don't want to get you near trees, though.
Trees.
I know those brown trees.
No, you seem to always get blooming
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I know. I always get
infections
infected.
from trees. I told you
Yeah,
to
they are
stop
far enough
inserting
away
them.
that should be okay.
So, okay, well, we'll go for that as your answers. I mean, I'm not convinced that it's two separate answers, but it's fine. Jay, one
I
good,
can
one
go
bad?
bad if you want, but
Well,
maybe not.
Me, good. My little mini fridge where I currently, it's next to where I work. I work from home at the moment, so it's down next to where I work. It's full of mango Rubicon, and that drink is amazing.
excellent. I like it. I like
That is
the
a
fact that you
good
just
drink.
crammed mango Rubicon in there.
Yeah, it's literally full to the brim of mango Rubicon.
So is that a Amazon purchase of a
Yeah, you
crate
can get
of?
it's like the sort of trays of 24 or so cans, and my wife bought 2 trays.
Wow.
So we have all the Rubicon.
All
It
the
was-
Rubicon in the world.
Possibly in this
you're
current.
literally the Rubicon soft drink scalper.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
We should
scalping,
change your
'cause
name.
I'm not
You're not selling
reselling
it.
them.
Yeah, nobody's
No
having
one's
it.
getting
It's
my
my
Rubicon.
Rubicon. Nobody is having my Rubicon. Benjawi Ben. Mango Rubicon is the best drink ever made. Glad someone else loves it. There we go.
Can't say
Jay-
I've ever heard of it.
Are you a fan, Jay, of the Mango Loco Monster drink?
Yes, that's probably the best flavor of Monster.
I agree.
It's
I
nice.
found that in America when I went to New York a few years ago,
Right.
before it came over here.
Okay.
And yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, Lychee Rubicon.
Nice.
Battle Dog mentions in the chat there. That is very good. To be fair,
Yeah.
Lychee Rubicon's
Yeah.
very good.
That's a
Lychee
good
is
one.
it's a lot more of a subtle flavour.
Yeah. It is nice though. It is a good
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah. In fairness, all Rubicons are generally quite nice.
Can't say I've ever had one.
Well, get down the shop, get on your bike.
It's good.
Hopefully Spa's got them. They probably have. It sounds like a kind of a drink Spa maybe provide.
Spa,
Amazon.
yeah. Amazon Prime it.
That means I can get some steps in and then. my wife
And also,
uses
you
the
could use
steps.
your smile.amazon link and money can go to
I
charity.
can, everything I put on there. I've done last year's nearly £400 went to Virgin Samaritans. So
Wow.
there you go.
I need to register a charity on there.
Yeah.
I use the easy fundraising when I do Amazon, and it all goes to a local cat rescue.
Oh, well, this year I've been, my smile has been going to SUDEP, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Mark, let's, actually, no, we haven't heard Jay's bad. What's your bad?
My bad is my washing machine is broken.
Oh, no.
And it's been broken for about 2 weeks because we've got that British Gas home care stuff.
Yeah.
But the next slot at the time was the 28th, I want to say, so it's still going to be broken for another week or so. And
Jesus.
that's if they can even fix it on the day.
So tell us, are you inside out in your pants?
Fortunately, it broke after I'd done a fairly substantial amount of washing, so we're not quite at the point of living like.
I mean, you've still got another 9 days, though. I mean, you
Yeah.
might be
Next
inside out
week's
back
pod,
to
I
front
might
end.
have a different answer.
Yeah, you'll just be there. You know that episode of Family Guy where Stewie's got like all the crap in his
It's just
nappy.
dragging it along.
Yeah, that's like going to be you next week. Change me, Lewis. But anyway, onto our new newbie. Mark, tell us
Hi,
one
guys.
good, one bad.
Well, one bad. Unfortunately, my son has a leak in his bedroom, as some of you know.
We have seen. It's almost like
Yeah.
you live in a rainforest.
Yeah, it's pretty. It could be a good for some, if you like water.
Yeah, what you want to do is just
I-
like plug.
I
What you want to do
I
is
had a leak. That is a waterfall.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
a waterfall.
what you need is you need to put some hot rocks underneath and turn his bedroom into a sauna. into like a
that's
steam
great
room.
idea. Just kick him out. See
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Exactly.
for clarity, it's
So that
not
could be-
vegetable.
So that
Yeah,
could
not
be
vegetable leak.
one
That
good
would-
then.
Well, I mean, have you done it yet?
That could be next week's maybe.
Okay, next week's. There we go. But
Cool.
yeah, that is
Yeah, so that's
a
the bad, is the
considerable
leak.
leak.
Unfortunately,
Oh my days,
So-
you're subscribing.
the good. I've actually got a few good things this week, but I think
Whoa,
the
whoa,
main
whoa, whoa.
one.
Don't show
It's,
off.
it's only one.
all right?
It's only one. It's only one.
Check this guy
So,
out.
yeah, you're saying about energy drinks. I've actually just realised it's been over a month since I stopped drinking energy drinks, which I'm quite proud of, because I was drinking at least one a day, and it's not good.
Those
You
are
want to try?
rookie numbers.
This is not an ad. You want to try Wraith Energy Drink? It's sugar-free, full of all those vitamins and nutrients that you need on day-to-day. Enter code THUMB for 10% out of discount.
See, we set that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so it's been over a month, so I'm quite happy with that.
All the energy boost and no crash. Wraith Energy Drink, sponsored by Wraith Energy Drink. But no, that's good. That's good. At least I like Monster too much and rely on it when I work nights. So like, I haven't had any today because I know full well tomorrow night I'm going to be like having multiples. What can you do? So let's have a think. So one good, one bad. One bad. Don't really think I've got much, to be fair.
Wow.
I'm pretty like plateaued.
Someone's living the dream.
Like, well, no, there's not been any good or bad. Do you know what I mean? Okay. No, I can't mention that because that involves technology.
Yeah, that's what threw the spanner in the works, you see.
Yeah.
One good, I found my duck call. That was a good thing. I found my duck call. So that's a good thing. Or my wife would say a bad thing was that I found my duck call.
Yeah. That house is now constantly attacked by a swarm of ducks.
Yeah. But you know, what can you do? But yeah, I don't think I haven't got anything specifically bad. It's kind of all of it meh. I think, you know, if we had like one meh and one meh, I'd be like, oh yeah, I got loads. Yeah, I think. Anyway, moving on. My fridge is empty. That's bad. I mean, it's not empty,
Very
but it's got like not a lot that I want to eat in it. I.e., no chocolate or
Say no niceties in there.
yeah, no
No
niceties,
mango Rubicon.
no mango Rubicon. This is true. I might have to actually get some mango Rubicon. We should do a mango Rubicon week. That's an idea for a feature, isn't it? Each
I've
week
got-
we all get a different
And
drink.
and live on stream, I could taste my ever first one. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, who
go.
would not join in for that? I mean, that for the Spotify people out there, you know, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Blueberry, all of these different
Amazon.
podcasting apps, Amazon Music, all of those guys listening in out there to hearing you going.
Yeah. Bit of ASMR.
Hello, my name's Stu.
Tastes a bit like mango.
Tastes like mango. You know? Who
It's
wouldn't
horrible,
want
it
that?
is.
Sold. You know, that's
Yeah.
just
It is
anyway,
like
sold.
that's proper ASMR, isn't it? Though we could turn the lights down low in our rooms, turn the music down, and then be like,
Put some Barry White on.
yeah. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on before we get too caught up in that thought there, because let's be honest, it would happen. But we're going to go with the news. Stu, what news have you got for us this week?
What have we got? Okay, I think the big one, and this maybe me personally, but I think it's a big one.
It's me, right? It's
no
me.
longer has exclusivity, I should say, more I think, to Star Wars games. As Ubisoft announced a story-driven open-world Star Wars game.
And don't forget Bethesda as well. Bethesda have
yeah.
announced, have said,
But
you know,
Bethesda's isn't Star Wars though. That's Indiana Jones, so it does fall under Lucas.
That's my next.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
spoiler.
I know, but I'm just saying that it's all under the Lucas Games.
It's all under the.
But yes,
thing.
this game. I don't know why they didn't bring back Lucas Arts, to be honest. But
Well,
apparently, and I was curious by that because obviously LucasArts seems to be, to me, that was the name. But
Yeah.
apparently, before they were LucasArts, they were called Lucasfilm Games. So they've actually gone back to their very original name, apparently.
did not
Yeah.
know that. Fair
Neither
play.
did I.
No.
Neither did I. So that's quite interesting, yeah, that they've gone. I would have thought LucasArts would have, more power behind it, but
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get a Star Wars game not from EA, which
yeah. As long as, and we've had a brief conversation about this, Jay, you and me, Stu, and our confusion, or not confusion, but we sort of thought about what that game might be. And we kind of thought a Mandalorian style bounty hunter-esque kind of game would work quite well. But unfortunately though, you're no matter what Ubisoft do, it's gonna get comparisons to all of their other games.
Yes.
of course they are.
Yeah, because it's made by Massive, which they made the Division games, and with obviously the trend these days of games as service, it's not too far fetched to think they're probably going to make Division, but it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I would be happy about. I think that'd be quite a good game.
I think that could work well. Yeah.
I think like me and Jay had a chat in the Discord about on the old tappy tappy. It was just going to be difficult to find a location because obviously, as we said, was a lot of you couldn't have one location that covered multiple biomes because in the Star Wars universe, there's not really many singular planets that have multiple biomes. They're all one or the other. So, and obviously, you're going to want something that grasps you. And I think if you've got really, really small sections, like I don't think Ubisoft would be successful if they went for like Fallen Order. Don't think that style game where it's like small, compact levels on different planets. I don't think that would work.
They could go potentially more of the Destiny route, so it's still kind of like the Division.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, possibly.
That works quite well, I think.
Yeah, but you're right. Traditionally, in Star Wars, the planet has one biome.
Yeah,
Hoth is snow, the moons of Endor are forest, Tatooine is sand. They
Coruscant is like just
a city
built up.
Yeah, Kamino's just a big water planet, stuff like that. It's all traditionally one biome. So you could have, a cool, Mos Eisley, and you've got, all the surrounding areas, but it's still just desert everywhere, isn't it? Which
for like as far as you can see.
Yeah, which can make games feel a tad dull if you're not careful.
But yeah, going on to the other one then, Stu. Indiana Jones game coming from Bethesda.
Yeah, not coming anytime soon though.
Like, there's no date, there's no nothing. There's
they literally said, like, in effect, don't hold your breath. Effectively.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And this is Machine Games making it, so their current sort of or more recent games are the Wolfenstein games, which are all about killing Nazis.
I mean, it's kind of a match, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So but it'll be interesting because they've only really done. Not only have they only really done first person anyway with Wolfenstein, which I'm not sure would suit Indiana Jones. Maybe it would.
No. I mean, you know what it's going to be, though, don't you? It's just going to be Uncharted with a hat.
Yeah, but interestingly, they've confirmed the id Tech engine, which has also never made a non-first person game. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. I mean, it's doable, of course. Don't get me wrong, but it'll be interesting to see what it looks like and what it ends up being.
It's going to be like Mirror's Edge and that kind of like
potentially,
parkour type stuff with the whip.
Yeah, using the whip as like a
a grab.
You can swing around and like a grapple almost.
Yeah, like Earthworm Jim with his head.
Yeah. In theory, it needs to be. If you think about Indiana Jones, it's more about puzzles, and problem solving. It's not like Uncharted is just big shootouts constantly, which doesn't really fit with Indiana Jones.
That's not Indiana Jones. As long as I can eat a monkey's brain.
Yeah.
Might be more like Tomb Raider.
Yeah, press X to calamar.
Yeah. I mean, it's an ironic predicament they're in where Tomb Raider and Uncharted clearly copied what Indiana Jones was.
Yeah.
But because Indiana Jones has never really stood out as a game, they're probably going to have to copy what those games are.
Yeah. So, wasn't there like one on like the Atari or something, like a Indiana Jones game?
Yeah, there's been quite a few actually over the years, because there was even once.
I was just going to say, Bry's in the chat. I bet he knows.
Yeah, there's one from the original Xbox and PlayStation 2 that I remember. There's been some point-and-click adventure type ones as well, and
I mean, it can only be a good thing. The Machine Games trying something maybe new. I mean, I think it'll all go quiet now for a good sort of 18 months. They won't mention anything again, like the James Bond announcement that we had before Christmas. There's been nothing else from on top of that announcement.
It's often the problem with licensed stuff, because there's a bigger world than the game, so they almost have to announce it now, because it starts getting excitement for this completely unrelated property. Same reason, a new Star Wars game got announced, because it adds to Star Wars and Disney Plus and all this other stuff going on. So There
you go. The other one, if anybody's a Harry Potter fan, the Hogwarts Legacy, apparently was released in 2022, so a little time yet for that.
I think I'm a little bit disappointed. It wasn't one that was massively on my radar, but I probably would have picked it up because it kind of looked like it has the potential to be quite cool.
Yeah.
But gives me more time to play nothing else.
I do wonder if Warner Brothers, I think it's Warner Brothers making it, are now worried about what J.K. Rowling can possibly do in the next year to annoy everyone.
So the next one is actually we got Bri in the chat. He'd be interested in this next game. Viking survival game Valheim comes to Steam Early Access.
Yeah, we are awaiting codes for that one.
Oh, Amon Amarth as well was the soundtrack to the trailer. Did you get a confirm or deny from the devs it was the official soundtrack?
Unfortunately, they just got the license for the trailer. There is no more Amon Amarth.
Because that would just be awesome. But we just put it on Spotify, so that's fine. But yes, that's the game that we all kind of being like, oh, hello, this is good. This is going to be something interesting, I think, especially with the co-op aspect of it. I think it's going to be quite this.
Well, I've been able to potentially bag 2 codes. I can't remember who put the name down. I'm pretty sure Mark did. You basically put your name down for everything, didn't you? In one day, you were like, "Yeah, I know that."
No, there was a couple I looked at, and I stay clear of those.
Yeah, it's fair
enough. This is in the Rumorville. The rumors. Battlefield 6. I'm a big Battlefield fan. I know.
Well, we're actually playing Battlefield after this podcast.
We are. Yeah, we are actually. So Battlefield 6 apparently is going to be inspired by Battlefield 3. I thought Battlefield 3 eventually became good after sort of all the bugs. But it was a good game in the end. And apparently it's going to be, this is rumors again, cross-gen game as well.
Well, I would like to believe that rumor, because the latest game that EA did that was a shooter was that Rocket Arena. One that they announced back at E3. That, sorry, not E3, at their EA, whatever they call it. EA Play Live Connect showcase. and that was cross-gen. So it gives a lot of sort of hope for the future when it comes to EA's games.
That's cool.
Shooters more than anything. So the cross-gen might.
Over sports.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. It looks interesting.
Is it 126 players as well?
So yeah, they're not confirmed, but the rumored map size is going to be 128 players, going from 64 to 128 players.
Wow,
that is going to be
honkers.
64 players is already a war. It feels like a war. Like 128 players. Whew, it's going to be some carnage. I know it's going to be fun. I just see fun. That's all I can see. It's fun. So yeah, should be a good one to keep an eye out. Anyway.
Yeah.
The next one I'm going to do, I know is on a lot of people's lists. Everspace 2 is coming to early access yesterday.
Yes.
I've had a little go, and there may be a review coming soon, quite soon. Yeah, my initial look.
Quite soon.
I quite liked it. But obviously I need to sink in a few more hours to see how it feels before I put a review down. But yeah, that's on everybody's list. It's out. It's actually not too bad, I don't think. I think it's around about the £20 mark, I think it is on Steam at the moment, which is fair. I know it's early access, so it's almost like pay before it goes gold and become big kind of thing, isn't it? That's what seems to be the trend.
At least it's not like, was it Baldur's Gate 3 that came out at like 50 odd quid in it?
No, wasn't it even more expensive than that?
Was it?
I think because Craig did it, didn't he? So yeah, it might have been about 50 quid because he said it was like 80 Canadian dollars.
Yeah. And it sold millions of copies. I say it was about 1 million, I think it was. It was a lot of copies it still sold. So
that's mad.
It's because of the power of the Baldur's Gate name now.
Yeah, that's it.
So they knew people were going to be paying that money. No problem.
Yeah. Right.
There you go.
Let's
before we
move
go on. Sorry.
Go on.
Yeah.
Everspace 2, £32 on Steam. I've just had a look.
32.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's more than the first one.
Bad. Yeah,
Holy moly.
That's bad. That's not good.
It's not too bad because I think it's one of those like roguelite styles, so it's different, like your playthroughs and stuff. I think.
Yeah.
You might find out in the review.
My initial. I have to wait up for the review coming soon. But my initial play of it was cool. It was cool. I actually quite enjoyed it.
Cool. There you go. The first one was. The second one isn't, apparently, by Game on Scorpio.
Yeah, so I think this is the way when I mentioned earlier that devs are favoring keyboard and mouse because everybody's treating it as like a flight sim, and it's not so much a flight sim. It is more of a arcade shooter, that kind of style.
Yeah.
I think that's why I went to it, no problem. It was like, yeah, big, So that's kind of cool. Yeah, there we go. Game of Scope. So arcade
very
space.
arcade space
that's
game.
pretty much what it felt like, when I played it.
Right. Now it's time to hand over the baton to Jay. We wanted to after our sorry, mate. After our our New Year kind of celebration, Christmassy special type podcast, we did 20 questions for those people that joined. And we're bringing it back. We're bringing back little segments just for a little bit of fun, for a little bit of interaction. Obviously, we're interacting anyway with the community and stuff because we're live on Twitch rather than just recording it. But we're going to bring back 20 questions as a regular. Now, none of us know what Jay has got planned for us. So, pucker up your buttholes, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on tight. What have you got for us, Jay?
Well,
obviously it's 20 questions
for you to work out.
But, yeah.
So for those who don't know, 20 questions is the classic game where you guys work together. You can only ask questions that result in a yes or no answer. Though, I'm not going to be too strict if there's a little bit of leeway with some of the answers. And you have to guess the game that I have picked out. Now, if you once you guess the title, that has to be your last question. because you can't just start listing games and hoping to get it.
Yeah,
So
question
you
one,
have to
Tomb
be
Raider.
pretty confident. Yeah. Game over.
Yeah.
So you have to go through a few questions. You did all right. I think you got both of them last time.
We did. Yeah, we did.
I think they were Cyberpunk and I can't even remember what the other one was. But yeah,
StarCraft.
that was it. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I've picked out a game that I know you'll all know, and it's up to you to guess it. So go ahead.
I'm glad we've got Game on Scorpio in the chat because he was super helpful last time. Can you remember what we started with, Stu? Was it first person or third person?
Yes, we narrowed it down from that, didn't we?
Yeah. Okay. So should we get going and ask about is it first person?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Right. Is it first person?
Yes.
First person. Okay. Yeah. And that's it. And we asked if it was licensed as well. That was the other one. But we got super confused about the licensing.
Yeah, because sometimes licensed stuff isn't as obvious, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So we'll ask that same question again. I think. So is the game licensed?
Yes.
So there we go. First person and licensed. I know we then asked whether it was in based now, didn't we? Like in the current world.
Yes. So if it was like a current world kind of thing, or was it? Yeah. So it ruled out either if it was I don't know.
Fiction. I think we went down, didn't we? We went down. Is it fiction?
Are you asking that, or are you?
I'm just trying to get conference. From
I'm gonna say
is it?
I would say more of is it fiction?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is the game fiction?
Yes.
Okay. So.
All right.
So there we go. Game on Scorpio's asked, is the game older than 10 years old? Did we not narrow that down to 5 years because we're all old and haven't got great memories?
I think so. I think that's what. Yeah, I want to say it was less.
I mean, for me, it's is the game released this week?
Today.
But is the game out now? Okay, so is the game older than 5 years?
No.
Right, okay. So we're first person, we're licensed, we're based in a fictional world, and it is within the 5 years. Yeah. So, where do we think we want to work this licensing issue? Did we ask? We basically tried to. We wasted a few questions, didn't we? See if it was based on a film franchise and.
Yeah, I don't think that helped us.
It didn't at the time, but this is a different game.
Yeah.
You'd like to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if I just did the same game and you didn't get it this time.
Yeah. We were like, it won't be that one. It won't be that. I think we ask, is it based on a film franchise? Happy with that?
Yep. I'm happy with that. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. Is the game based on a film franchise?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
You're narrowing things down very quickly, aren't you?
Oh, well, we learned, you see, from that first
questions.
From the first round we played, it was is the game on a console or PC? And then it was is it on an Xbox or a PlayStation? Is it a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 3?
Did it have a patch on the PS4 Pro?
Yeah. Was it Pro enhanced?
Anyway,
so
you've only asked 5.
So
info.
First-person shooter within the last 5 years.
Yeah. So, Game on Scorpio is the game set in the future? And I think that's a good question to ask.
But it's fiction, isn't it? Did we ask that?
General question: do all the answers have to be all released games?
Yeah, I tend to pick a released game rather than something that's not out yet. But it could have been out today.
It could have been out a week. It could have been out a month. It could have been out. Yeah. So should we
If
ask
it's
the
fiction,
future?
we wouldn't have
Yeah.
a time scale though.
Well, you would, because generally you get given a year for games, like games are set.
Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but by that logic, then Star Wars is in the past.
Yeah.
But it's like take Mass Effect. You'd say, that's fiction that's set in the future.
Yeah.
Whereas
right. Okay.
Batman, you'd say is fiction that's probably present day. You'd probably class it as. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go on then, Stu. We'll do that one.
Yeah. Okay. Is the game set in the future?
No.
There we
So
go.
he's past.
So present and past.
That's 6, by the way.
Yeah. So we've got. Let's recap. I should have really got a pad.
I've wrote it down.
Last time.
Oh,
I
you've
took
wrote them
notes.
down. Oh, look at this. He comes along.
Look.
First pod. Show off.
Ah, you're gonna be good every week now.
Yeah. Come on. Let's hear what we've got so far.
It's a first-person game. It's licensed. It's fiction. Not older than 5 years. It's a film franchise and not set in the future.
Right.
That's 6, right?
That is 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with it
Thought I
being a
might have
film
lost
franchise, with it being a film franchise, is the film? We need to find out the age of the film, I think, because obviously the film could be older than 5 years old.
Could be.
I'm just laughing at some of the game suggestions.
So am I.
Dan is coming up with some great guesses.
these-
Dan, the problem is, if we guess a
See,
game,
I was-
that's it.
Game over.
So we need
Game over.
questions.
Or not.
See,
Right,
I
it's game
was
over.
thinking along the Doom but then the game came before the film.
And it's not set in the future, and I'm pretty sure all of the Doom games are set in the future.
I'm
Pretty sure they're
too,
fact
yeah.
as well.
The fact, yeah, well, that is true. Set in the future and
a
non-fiction.
romance, and a romance game as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good one for Valentine's Day.
Because Doom is eternal.
Yeah. I mean, should we just try and work out what the film franchise is?
Yes. I wanna
That's
say
probably where we want to
Can
be.
we ask? Just kind of throwing it out there. Can we ask if it's like pre-2000 the franchise? Do you
Oh
think?
yeah, we can ask. Oh, we can ask that for the film.
I mean, that doesn't
Definitely.
really narrow it down as such. Sugar.
No. I mean, do we ask if the film has been released in the last 5 years, or the film franchise?
Last week.
Essentially,
Yeah.
we're saying, was it released around about the same time as the film, or was it older? I guess we could do that, something like that.
Effectively, you're asking if the film franchise that the game is based on are they released in the same time frame?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Jay, do you want to clarify the question?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, with the game is based on a film franchise.
Yeah.
Were the films or film released pre 5 years ago?
Most of them.
Right. Okay.
I'll give you that. That's
What?
7.
More than one. Okay.
So no, it's quite a good one because we're looking for a multi-filmed franchise.
Yeah.
Which kind of evens it out. I mean, I have. Oh well. I say I've got a guess, but I'm not entirely sure when the thing was thing. Which has a game that's first person? Is it in the past? Yeah. Present. Oh, actually, is that a free answer to a question there? Because we didn't ask if it was in the past. We just asked if it was in the future.
No, you asked if it was in the past.
All right, I don't remember that.
No, we asked future.
And you said no.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that is a freebie.
I've
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't help my anything.
Not really.
Yeah, to be fair, it does. I don't think it really helps my questions. So we need to go down.
In the
Like-
past.
It's not. it's not set in present. Yeah, that's it. I think we need to go down we still need to find out what the franchise is. So do we just go just be blatantly obvious and go get rid of 2 questions, ask, is it Marvel, is it DC?
Before we ask that, can you think of a game that's an FPS set in the past?
That's Marvel or DC.
Marvel or DC.
The problem
Perhaps I
is
missed one. I can't.
Or 2.
Problem is the past is like last week.
Well, I guess in Jay's thing with the retro consoles.
Yeah. Okay. Should we ask what? Do we go by what system it's on then? Do we try and work out whether it's a console exclusive
or
multi-platform?
I think if it's a console exclusive, could be a good one.
Yeah. So, okay, Jay, is it a console exclusive?
No.
So multi-platform then. I mean, yeah.
Interesting.
FPS in the past, film franchise. Within the last 5 years. Oh my sweet jeebus.
I'm not a console.
Surely that should be like, hey, it's this. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like.
If we work this out and Jay says yes or no, or Jay tells us, we're going to be like, yep, really?
Yeah.
Probably.
And that response from Jay tells me that it's quite a common game as well. That's not a question.
I think the thing for me is it's the whole film franchise.
Yeah.
That spans multiple films. There aren't a Medal of Honor film franchise. No, there isn't. There's a Medal of Honor film, but not a film franchise where there's been many films.
And in the last 5 years as well.
There has been multiple Doom films.
There has. Is that a class of franchise? No, I think it could
be. It's just the past part that I'm struggling with.
I was first off before we did the film franchise. I was thinking like Wolfenstein, that kind of there, but that isn't also a film franchise.
No. Okay. But they are a franchise, Sam, because there's multiple films. A franchise is just using the name over and over again. What I was about to ask is, do we need to ask if the films that they're based on follow a consecutive timeline? Because you could say that Halo has a film franchise because it's had multiple animated films. It's all based off of the same license. It's still a franchise as such.
Yeah.
Do we see if they've all followed a timeline?
Maybe.
I mean, it's one question, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
We've still got 11 questions after this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So, are the films that the game is based on? Do they follow a timeline?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So they do follow a timeline.
That's 9. Question 9 for those listening.
I still can't think of a game. It's an FPS from a film.
I have an idea. So I'm going to ask one question.
He's like smirking to himself.
I have one question. Is the game's genre horror?
No.
Well, that's my idea.
Question 10.
Is that what Bri just said in the chat?
Alien Isolation was released in 2014.
And also that's set in the future.
That is a good guess, though.
Yeah.
No, my guess was Resident Evil 7. It was where I was going to go because I'm pretty sure that's set in the past. It is fictional. No, Resident Evil 7 is first person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never played a Resident Evil game.
It's a very good game.
I never played it. I'm too scared. I'm not a robot.
Seriously.
I don't do well for horror games. Do you
I don't. But there's a certain point when you get past that point, it's a good game. There's very minimal.
Jay is just at that point in general. Right. So it's not a horror game. At least we've established that. So it's even if Alien Isolation was in to ballpark. It's not that.
It's not a future game.
So
It's actually a past
confirmation,
game.
Sam. This game is set in the past.
Yeah.
Film franchise set in the past. Right. The game doesn't have to be. The film franchise doesn't have to be set in the past. It could be a prequel game.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Just to throw a little curveball. I know it's generally not going to be the case, but
I've got one just not for the guess, but for a bit of a consolation. Is that the right word?
okay.
So, do you remember there was a Predator first-person game that came out recently?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that classed as a horror game?
I wouldn't have classed that. I would.
No? It's more of a shooter, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Hunting Grounds. That's the
Thank
one.
you, Brian. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could literally just ask the question: is it based
Is
on
it Predator?
based on the Predator franchise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Go
That's that.
for it.
Okay. Is the game based on the Predator franchise?
No.
Oh well,
Right, so
Martin,
level.
well done.
They like guys come out.
Wow.
Jeez.
Alien and
Jesus.
Predator now.
Yeah, so that's Alien and Predator. Well, not necessarily. I know, because it's not horror, is it?
It's not horror, no.
And it's not Predator.
I was just thinking
An
it's
Alien
Friday the 13th game as well, which is first person.
Say again.
That's horror. It's a Friday the 13th game, isn't it? And that is first person, but it's
That's horror, though. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not comedy.
we're getting stuck on it being a shooter.
That was 11, wasn't it? That one?
We haven't asked if it was a shooter game. We've only asked if it was an FPS, like a first-person
I
game.
assume by definition, FPS is a first-person shooter.
Yeah, but not necessarily
You only
has
asked
to.
if it was first person.
First person,
You
or
asked
just
if
the
it-
eyes, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
not horror. I just had something pop in my head, but it's not horror.
Yeah, but if it's not a horror, that's a good thing.
No, what I thought of is a horror, sorry.
Oh right. Well,
I was
that's
thinking
just
Blair
silly.
Witch, but it's not that, because it's not horror. And I don't think there's more than one of those.
There's a few. There's a few Blair Witch movies.
Oh, really?
There's at least 3.
They leave the camera running.
Yeah.
Well, weirdly, the second one wasn't found footage, and then the third one was only released a few years ago, and it was exploring the original movie as a documentary, which was quite good.
Oh, right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Right.
So
Let's-
last question was, we know it's not Predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
See, I used to be a big fan of first-person shooters as well, or first-person games, I should say.
Yeah, I'm struggling now. Does the game right? Do we need to find out whether? I mean, I'm just going to follow the chat's
Sure.
thing for this. So we'll go with Sam's question.
Yeah.
Does the game involve shooting guns or weapons?
Yes.
So it is an FPS.
So it is an FPS.
It is
will-
an FPS.
I will add slightly, just to avoid any confusion, that there are some elements that are not first person. Just so you're not exclusively thinking first person.
Right. So that's probably driving vehicles, flying things, going into turrets and stuff like that. I would imagine.
Hold up, gents. It's
Oh.
not horror.
That was
Yeah.
question 12. I believe.
There was a Far Cry movie franchise.
Was it a franchise or was it just a film?
There was more than one, I believe.
Really?
Are we allowed to Google?
Yeah.
I think these two secretly do.
I haven't asked with anything actually.
And the thing is, you can see on Stu's. You can see on Stu's things.
reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there
Question.
was.
When did Battlefront 2 get released?
Battlefront 2.
Huh.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
That was within the last 5 years.
No
Yeah.
franchise.
17, November 17.
Which you can't with vehicles, and you were actually you'd be Darth Vader and stuff like that.
Yeah. You go out, don't you?
Yeah.
to see how awesome you are.
Could have a cover system that makes you go third person.
So how about this then? Next question.
Yep.
Among you guys, not this is the question. Should we ask, is it a Star Wars? Is the franchise Star Wars?
I mean, we may as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's question 13 then. Yep. So Jay, is it the Star Wars franchise?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we've
done.
smashed it. So yeah. Do you know what the annoying thing is? Is I literally said earlier on that, you know, I cover Star Wars because Star Wars is set in the past.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but then you think of sci-fi, which you think futuristic, don't you? You know, like.
Yeah.
But we
But
didn't
even
ask
though
it,
it's
did
in
we?
a long
Yeah.
time ago in a galaxy far, far away, which literally says it.
That is literally what I said.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't even.
So,
I just-
I mean, it's got to be Battlefront 2 then, I would imagine. Because aside from...
When did Battlefront 1 come out?
Oh, that was well before it. Mine's just gone big on the screen and all.
Careful. Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah,
What?
Stu's gone small. It's like you've just swapped cameras as well. Because like now
Yeah,
you're
'cause
finding
mine's
Stu's is all black and white.
colourful
What about Squadrons?
No.
I've never played that, so I'm not sure. I can't remember.
The thing
like the
with
notes.
Squadrons is... trying to think what guesses we've had. I mean, it could be Squadrons. So do we change
Is that
the...
first person? I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
It's
Oh, I
both.
guess when you're in the car. Oh, we're back again.
Yeah, we're back to normality.
Hey.
When you're in the
Yeah,
cockpit,
yeah,
that's obviously flying.
that's the question I was thinking of there, Sam. Like asking, is it purely vehicle based?
yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the game purely vehicle based?
No.
So that's Squadrons out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fallen Order was third person.
Yeah.
So Battlefront 1 was released in November 2015, so we're just outside the Battlefront 1.
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be, hasn't it? I mean, are we willing to just take the risk and just ask, or do we literally just use our final questions to be really anal about it? Like, you know, is there a mode where you can just play as heroes and villains?
I'm going to ask a random one that I've seen
Go
in
on then.
chat. That's all right. Is it currently free on Epic?
Let me just double check.
I mean, at the moment, Battlefront 2 is the free Epic game. Oh, please hold.
Let me check.
That's not guessing the game, guys.
I'm not guessing the game. That was just a general.
No,
like,
that's
quote.
what I mean. No, that's what I mean. That's not guessing the game.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. No, it's not guessing the game. I do agree with that. Yes, it is currently free on the Epic Games Store.
Okay.
Okay.
There we
Okay,
go. So
okay.
I think that had expired just to like make you go ooh.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I think it's
Okay.
expired like maybe Thursday. It's
I
close.
think it's
Yeah.
21st, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a game mode? Actually, how many guesses have we got left? Just before
I think that was
waste.
question 15.
That was 15.
Okay. Is there a game mode where you can be Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader in the same game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
Should we just do it?
Go on then, Stu. You take responsibility. Because it'll just go, no.
No, and then leave.
Yeah.
Is the game? Here we go.
Get the pronunciation right.
Yes.
Star Wars Battlefront.
You've just gone to your like sound check voice.
Yeah, he did.
I know. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So released in 2017,
Yeah.
featuring content from everything from A New Hope to Rise of Skywalker. So there was a film in the last 5 years or whatever that
Yeah.
question was.
Yeah.
You'd think of it as a first-person shooter, but of course you do sometimes pop out for certain things, vehicles.
Well,
and-
you
and
can you can be infantry in third person as well,
okay,
if you so
okay,
wished.
yeah.
That's cool.
one thing you didn't ask, but it features both single and multiplayer stuff.
That was a question in the chat. Yeah.
But yeah,
Stuart's been known to pop out from time to time.
I was surprised it took you so long to work out it was Star Wars, but there we are.
Yeah.
Considering if you look just above Stu's shoulder, there's some clues.
I know. Like,
his keyboard is Star Wars. He has a Stormtrooper keyboard.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 8 pictures in front of me that are Star Wars.
Plot twist.
I got Star
He was
Wars.
like that. I wonder what it could be.
If only I
I
had
got
some
2 Star
clues.
Wars tattoos. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. And he's in the
I
command
know.
center. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
literally in a command center with. Hang on, I don't know if you can see this here. With a
So you open the door and
stormtrooper.
someone stood the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Glass.
I mean, yeah, that probably took us a bit longer than it should have done. So
Yeah.
We should really move on to the feature and give our remastered predictions that we hope are going to be coming. So not after games that are already announced for remastered, almost games that you kind of would like. I know Simpsons Hit and Run has been sort of ponied around a bit. Which is fair enough. I mean, I would love a remaster of Jet Set Willy.
Jet Set.
I never ever played that game. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I know of it. But it's one of those ones like you know it, but I'm like, hang on, have I actually ever played that game? You know?
yeah. Remaster, Sam, not a remake. Do you know what? I was having this conversation with my better half about remakes and remasters, and for those people that kind of know me, I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't see the benefit of them to a certain degree for me, partially because I think that sometimes if it's not done correctly, it can lose that nostalgic feeling that you had from the original.
Yeah, I tend to only embrace the ones that I've not played. So, Shadow of the Colossus, for example, I think I played about half an hour when it was on PS2. So when it came out on PS4 all super shiny, I was like, yeah, I'll get that, because I remember it being quite good. I just never really played it. So I didn't have the nostalgia, so that was a nicer way to experience the game from scratch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I think that is the difficult balance to take. Like, some people love it. Some people love their remastered, like the Crash trilogy, Insane
Spyro.
trilogy that came out. Spyro, yeah.
They were very well done.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, they were well done, but
I know what you're saying, though.
There's something about the originals, I think.
Yeah.
Briar
Close to your
said
heart.
Silent Hill remake would be good to coincide with the Metal Gear Solid one. Which, yeah, that would
That's
be a good
one
one.
game that I think would benefit from a remake.
Yeah,
or remake.
and I think, like, obviously the Resident Evil ones that have been done as well, they've been very successful and very popular. But there's something about having a square head and dogs with just like square bodies that, I don't know. When it becomes too
that so you don't
polished,
get scared.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. When they're too lifelike, it's like when I eat stuff. Like, I can't eat something that resembles the actual thing like it is. Like, you know, like if you go to a party and you've got like a salmon and it's still got its head on, I'm like, no, not interested. But give me salmon in the sandwich.
Well away.
Yeah, too right.
One remake or remaster that's being rumored around at the moment is you say about Resident Evil 4. I would like to see that just remastered, because it's a beautiful game anyway.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like maybe a bit of a modern flair to it, you know, for lack of words, RTX, you know, ray tracing, stuff like that. But
yeah.
don't mess with it, you know, because like you say, that was a brilliant game. But
Yeah, I think
wouldn't like them
sometimes-
to break it.
Well, I think sometimes if they put too much polish and shine on these things, it kind of loses its its original kind of appeal.
Yeah.
Obviously, for us older gamers, that's the case. But obviously, the newer gamers, when The Last of Us 1 was remastered and what have you, and re-released,
Yes.
that brought a game. Never heard of it.
The problem with that one was they didn't do anything with it.
No,
they just
they
re-released
didn't.
it on
The
PS4 and
remaster
"It's
was
a
literally just the
remaster."
sleeve.
Yeah, it was slightly ran at a slightly higher resolution, I think.
Yeah.
and
They
that
have a
was-
better FPS as well. I can't really
Yeah,
remember.
but that to me isn't a remaster. That's a patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
using new hardware, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like buying a new GPU for your
It's
PC.
it's a lot of fans of the Souls games, the Soulsborne games, keep asking for a Bloodborne remaster, which, in my opinion, should not happen. They should just patch the game.
Yeah. 'Cause it's a good-looking game anyway.
Yeah, Bloodborne looks great, but
Yeah.
it's locked at 30 frames per second. So
It
even
is.
though you're on the PS5, it's locked at 30 frames per second. So you just need a patch.
Yeah.
Just, up it a
Just-
bit,
yeah,
unlock
just-
it, job's done. But I
Well,
can
that's
see,
it.
unfortunately, a remaster getting launched and being 70 quid or whatever for something that could have been achieved a lot easier.
Yeah.
Stu, what game would you want remastered?
So for me, and I know Mass Effect is in the cards, but for me is Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Just
The
that's all you need to do is polish that up, because I think the original game, I think there was a patch like the last couple of years, but if you played the original game, I don't think it done 1920 by 1080. I'm pretty
Wasn't,
sure the original
yeah.
game did, from what I remember. So like even just like a shiny new everything of graphics, like textures basically, I think that game as it is will still be good.
They'd have to recanonize it, though. That's the thing. I wonder if there's any lore in there that might need some tweaks based on
They might do.
the current canon.
They
I'm
can
not
get
sure.
away with a lot of stuff because it's set 2000 years
Yeah,
EOT or something like that.
and Mandalorian references some of it.
Yes, it does, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I think you can get away with a lot. Carry on with it, but yeah, they might have to tweak bits, but that's okay. That's fine,
Yeah,
and I'm happy for that to be it canon. So that'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, that's my remake, and I would buy that straight away.
Yeah,
I
I
might
would.
pay more than £30 for it.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I probably wouldn't. But
Let's not get crazy, all right?
oh, that's too crazy. Oh, well, I'm mad there.
That would be a
Yeah.
good one, though. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
Do you know, I never played Knights of the Old Republic when it first came out.
No.
So I would probably dive into that as a remaster purely because, like you said about Shadow of the Colossus, Jay, I haven't got that initial experience with the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's very few games I find that I want to replay, mainly because I've experienced it. That's my experience of it. If I didn't like it, I'm hardly going to embrace a remaster, and if I did like it, I'm happy having those memories of when I played it. But Knights of the Old Republic is one of the exceptions to that, where I would probably jump on that in a heartbeat to replay it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was BioWare. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
Bioware.
would you class the new old Spider-Man game? Is that technically a remaster?
Again, that to me was a patch worth of content.
I mean, they
could
changed his
rant for-
face.
I could rant for hours about.
That's a lot.
I could rant for hours about how I disagree with paid-for patches.
I think we know about your stance on paid-for patches. Maybe that'll be in a separate pod. Patches. Just call it that. Try and get someone on from the sewing community.
Yeah. There's a character in the Souls games called Patches as well.
There we go.
All comes
links
back to Dark Souls.
Yeah, everything comes back to Dark Souls.
That's the next 20 questions game.
The actual,
Write it down.
Yeah, write it down now.
The actual remake that I would like to see or remaster would be Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver on PlayStation 1 because I adored that game when I was young.
A lot of people did ask, like, when like remasters and stuff are all on the rage and they're trending on Twitter and stuff like that. That's one of the ones that does get brought up quite a lot.
Yeah. And there was even a little Easter egg in Astrobot where you see Raziel, the main character, as an Astrobot dressed up. I was pointing at it, going, "Look at him!"
Yeah.
So I'd quite happily replay that one.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick something for a remaster or a remake, it would probably be like the Jedi Knight series of games.
Yeah, I love
They're
them.
good.
Yeah. Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, I played actually a lot. Because I was in uni, so we had no internet or nothing. Like, I played that game a lot. I even used to go to the labs, get my USB stick, get mods, come back, and do little mods and stuff. Like, I done a lot of that. I even played the first one, was the Star Wars Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, was it called?
Yeah, Jedi Knight 2 was Dark Forces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like
what
that.
was the one with the lightsaber? A lot of lightsaber gameplay.
Well, that's that franchise, and Jedi Knight kind of came back with Jedi Academy and Jedi Out.
I wasn't a huge fan of Jedi Academy purely because I love Kyle Katarn. He needs to have his own story in canon. He needs to, I would love that if he had a story. I actually thought the last was a Jedi Fallen. I thought it might have been a Kyle Katarn remake, but like,
The Force Unleashed is what I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah, those were
right. They were pretty good.
Starkiller.
I never played them. I didn't fancy them.
They're good. They're good, Stu. They're good ones.
Good, I do have them on Steam, obviously.
What you might like, Stu, is the apprentice in those games in Force Unleashed is Sam Witwer, and it looks like Sam Witwer as well, who went on to voice Darth Maul and the Emperor in Clone Wars and Rebels. Because he's a massive Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
Just got in there.
And then, because his character was Starkiller and those games aren't canon anymore, the base in Force Awakens was the Starkiller base.
Yeah.
So there is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of like Henry Cavill in The Witcher. Apparently, he absolutely loved The Witcher game.
He loves it. And he's read all the books and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So,
he is in Days Gone.
Yeah, he is. Obviously, Stu won't know that game. But yeah.
Right. Days Gone. So he plays Deacon then?
Yes.
He's the main guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good game.
But we are 10 minutes over. We took a little bit longer on the 20 questions, but I think we've had fun. We've shared some insights into what we think our remastered predictions are that we would like. Obviously, I mean, God knows what game is going to be next to be remastered. I mean, you've done Crash, you've done Spyro. Surely the next is Croc.
Oh,
yes. Or Gex.
Gex, yeah.
Enter the Gecko.
Cool Spot. Maybe we'll get a Cool Spot remaster.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh, Earthworm Jim. Could you imagine a remaster with or a remake in current gen graphics and stuff?
It would be horrible.
It would be hideous.
It'd be terrifying.
Yeah, like an ultra realistic worm.
Yeah.
Like gritty Dark Knight style reboot.
Ray trace on the skin.
Oh God, yeah, maybe not. But the possibilities are endless, and I think that's the thing. I think gamers that start to game in this current generation, even previous generation, PS4 to PS5 kind of generation, so obviously including Xbox One and all that, they get treated with so many great games, both new and old, that really gaming is actually in a really good spot.
It's like you say with Crash and Spyro. To us, I didn't buy those, even though they were pretty good remakes. But some people, that is a brilliant way to enter those franchises because it's a modern version of those games.
And if you are a a PS5 owner with PS Plus, you get the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy as part of your PlayStation Plus Essentials, which are free downloads. So,
okay, didn't know that was there.
Yeah, there's quite a few relatively decent single player games there. You know, and it's crazy, really. But yeah, I think all in all, for me, remasters they can come and go. Really, I mean, it's going to have to be a big game to drag me in to try it, I think, and to spend time. And like you say, Jay, if you've already played through it already, you're not really going to spend a massive amount of time on a remaster if you've played the original to death.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know. So that was our Springer's final thought. Right there. All that goes without. Well, I mean, it goes without saying that thank you very much for joining us this evening, the Twitch crowd. Thank you very much for listening on your podcasting app, wherever you may be. Don't forget to find us on social media, on Twitter, thumb_culture, where we share all of our ramblings. And, you know, coming soon, we're going to get more people involved in the actual community side of things at TC, get people involved in some community nights, many things coming up over the next year, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to hold on and join us for the ride. So all that's left for me to say is once again, stay safe out there, and we will see you hopefully next week, depending on how our calendars balance. You know, basically someone will be here, and we don't know which faces.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be one person, one big face. Stu might just have to do it on his own.
I'll do an ASMR and we can be lovely jubbly.
Could you imagine?
Still with the 4 windows. Yeah. Across the giant.
Perhaps I should actually get 4 cameras, like we get different.
No.
Like Truman Show. Stewman Show.
The thing is, though, is you'd be constantly like,
I know. Where we're looking, where we're going.
And camera 1.
Yeah, go camera 1. Stu will be like, and welcome to another Thumb Culture podcast. Obviously, I'm not doing the Welsh. Welcome to another Thumb Culture podcast, where it's me, Stu, joining you from camera 2.
You can picture him.
Yeah, brilliant.
This is Thumb Culture.
Yeah, brilliant. I love it.
Like that, anyway.
Yeah, I like it. So next week, Stu is on his own.
Yeah.
With 4 cameras.
We'll
4 cameras, 5 mics, 3 pairs of headphones, and a red LED light. And a can of Rubicon, yeah.
I can actually change it to red if you would like.
No, because all of your people outside might think that you're selling a different service.
I am up the valleys, so that is...
We don't need to know that information about you.
Wrong kind of thumb culture.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Joining all of us, shall I say, not just me, because there are 4 faces on your screen. All that's left for me to say is we are Thumb Culture, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Take it easy.